Overhead welding is generally considered the most difficult of the 4 basic welding positions. So how can beginners get better at it? What techniques should you use and what should you watch out for? This video covers everything you need to know. Before we start welding, make sure you have the right PPE. In the overhead position, sparks, spatter, and molten metal can easily fall onto your face and neck, so proper protection is essential. When doing a standard fillet weld, the welding gun is usually positioned at roughly 45 degrees between the 2 plates. But overhead welding is different. Starting from that 45-degree position, angle the gun downward by another 5 to 10 degrees. This helps direct the arc force against the upper side of the joint, keeping the molten pool from sagging or forming a bead that hangs down. Whether you are pushing or pulling, you need to maintain this downward angle to help control the molten. As for the travel angle, if you are using the push technique, tilt the gun backward by around 10 to 15 degrees. This allows the arc to work more directly on the root of the joint. For thin plate, you may be able to complete the weld in a single pass. For plates thicker than 8 mm, you'll generally need 2 layers, a root pass followed by a cover pass. This helps achieve a flatter, cleaner weld with better overall quality. First layer, straight travel for the root pass, move forward, pause, move forward, pause. Don't drag the gun continuously, move forward a short distance, then pause briefly to let the molten pool fill the joint and fuse properly with the base metal. This creates a compact, well-formed root pass and gives you a solid foundation for the second layer after finishing the first layer. Don't immediately start the second one. Second layer, angled zigzag for the cover pass. The zigzag movement should be angled rather than simply moving from side to side. When you move toward the upper side of the joint, as the wire moves across the center of the weld, use it to carry the molten pool toward the upper side of the joint, making sure the upper edge gets proper fusion. When moving toward the lower side, move forward slightly as you go. Each movement should reach the upper edge of the molten pool. Don't travel too fast. The second layer needs to completely cover the first pass. Remember, low point in front, high point behind, and every movement should reach the upper edge of the molten pool. By combining the zigzag movement with the downward gun angle, you help push the molten metal upward and counteract the effect of gravity. Set the current around 10 to 15% lower than you would use for a fillet weld in the flat position. Too much current means too much heat input, making the molten pool more likely to sag. A typical starting point is around 15 to 20 liters per MU. In the overhead position, shielding can be more easily affected by air movement. And also, keep the stick out relatively short. Generally around 10 to 15 millimeters, too much stick out can make the arc unstable. Of course, the exact settings should always be adjusted according to your plate thickness and wire diameter. Here are some of the most common problems you'll see when overhead welding. Sagging or excessive buildup. This is one of the most typical problems in overhead welding. It usually means the current is too high or your gun angle and travel speed aren't doing enough to counteract gravity. First, check whether you are applying enough downward angle. Then reduce the current if necessary. You can also adjust your travel speed and movement pattern to transfer the molten pool forward more quickly. Undercut often occurs along the upper side of the joint. This can happen when you don't lower the gun enough or don't direct the arc properly toward the upper groove edge. Too much heat is concentrated along the edge without enough filler metal to fill it. When you reach the upper side, pause slightly and make sure enough filler metal is being deposited to fill the edge properly. You can't really master overhead welding just by watching videos. Here is a good way to get started. First, practice the straight travel technique on a fillet weld in the flat position. Get comfortable with the move and pause rhythm. Once you are comfortable with the root pass, move on to the angled zigzag technique for the cover pass. Focus on getting used to the low point in front, high point behind movement, and reaching the upper edge of the molten pool. Once you are comfortable with both techniques, combine them and start practicing the complete 2-layer weld. And remember to control your heat input. Don't start the second layer immediately after finishing. That is it for today's video. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and follow for more welding tips.